2 birds, 1 song. We're gonna sample those guys. Look at those soulless eyes. Would you trust him with your money? But not only that, this bird called the Great Patu actually sings in key. Specifically in C minor, which happens to be my favorite key. I don't want to insult this guy, but he's a little pitchy. Let's help him out. Now, we don't want to overdo it to keep that natural bird flavor. Alright, we're good. Let's chop him up. Ba, 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 ba. I want him to keep holding that note. You want to create a little crossface here and there, not to startle the bird. And then we'll just let it go here. Right, so I'm happy with this little melody. There's a lot of stuff we can do with that. We can put it into a sampler, we can chop him up, put him into a soup or a castle, or I don't know. But I want to put some chords on that. So this section to me has more of a like intro/break vibe, and if we want to go hard in the drop, we might as well go soft. Not necessarily soft, but a bit sloppy in the intro/break. I'm feeling like the birdie should start the song because he's like the main character. So we're gonna let him sing for this amount, intro, and then we'll go into the break, right around here. So what do you want to do for the break? Ooh, ragtime. Let's do ragtime. When I was a kid, I played a lot of ragtime, so I got it in my fingers.
When I was a young child, me and my friends would indulge ourselves in a jolly good ragtime time.
Right, I have a plan. I'm a man with a plan.
You are a man with a van. We could be men with van.
Let's take this break section and make it into like a disco remix. What song, you ask? Well, let's make the song and then remix it and put it into this break section. Right, so we have the beat. What I want to do now is consolidate it, unwarp it. Push it down like 2 semitones, or you do whatever you like. Or maybe let's go 3. Now we need to remember how much we transposed it down. Let's take this bad boy and bring it into another project. Okay, so forget this one. Forget this song. We're making another song now, temporarily. We want to figure out what tempo we got from this guy. So I'm just gonna put the tempo down until it fully aligns with the grid. Everything we do now, we have to do 3 semitones down. So let's start with the ragtime piano and transpose it 3 semitones. 1, 2, 3. So what we want to do now is we want to record an old disco song. But to record the old school, you gotta think like an old school. This is the vibe. We want to encapture that feeling in our song. First, let's figure out what instruments we want. This guy definitely seems guitar compatible, so we're gonna have that, put that on the list. She plays the Rhodes. Oh, we got some clavinet action going on right here. And yeah, and this guy is definitely playing the bass because nobody else wants to take the picture with him. I wonder if my analysis is accurate. If anybody knows these guys, please put in the comments. Put some modulation on that, make it a little bit more alive. Let's do the Rhodes because we want some juicy mid. Some guitars. Right, so this is good and all, but I've quantized it so it sounds mid AF. It sounds very robot. But I have tips. You go to the groove pool and you rock around with this randomizing thingy. The more you push it, the drunker the band is. Sober. Wasted. Okay, so I want to keep it around here somewhere. Yep. Here's a tip, don't change the buffer size because Ableton apparently dies when you do that. Oh, it's my favorite button. Yeah, let's push it real good. Let's push it real good. Push it real good. Did a little fiddling and diddling off cam, and now we have this. Yeah, I tried to make it real vintage, and if you want to do the same, you gotta imagine what they did back in the day. They didn't have like OTT compression, they didn't have dimension expander, they had 2 panning knobs and a bag of rocks. So instead of like making things wider or narrower, just use mono and pan them out to the left and the right. I also tried to avoid plugins like multiband compression or soothe or even like a modern EQ. Oh, you want 4 kilohertz? Well, tough luck, there is none. You have to choose now. This compressor has nothing. This reverb sounds like a morning farts. And lots of tape saturation, vinyl saturation, all kinds of saturation. Don't forget the vinyl noise, it's important, a vinyl crackling. It should sound like you're frying eggs in the background. So now we can either bounce the whole thing or just bounce in stems. I'm gonna bounce in stems because I wanna fiddle around with the individual little thingies. Just don't forget this button, it's important. Alright, now the fun part, let's import the files and crank it up 3 semitones. Remember, 3 semitones. No more, no less, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can have a lot of fun with that. Let's bring back the birds. Alright, so that's it for today. Next time let's remix this little funk section and take it to the drop. If you're wondering, I'm still working on that No Man's Sky remix, so it's gonna be out anytime soon, I hope. Push all of the buttons, the subscribe button, the other button, all of the buttons.